1. When designing a PEARS training module for experienced clinicians, which adult learning principle most increases engagement and retention? A. Presenting dense didactic lectures without practice. B. Incorporating case-based simulations tied to clinical practice. C. Requiring rote memorization of algorithms only. D. Avoiding learner input to streamline instruction. 2. In evaluating competency in pediatric respiratory distress recognition during PERS training, the most valid assessment method is A. A multiple-choice exam on respiratory physiology. B. A high-fidelity scenario where the learner demonstrates assessment and initial interventions, scored with a behaviorally anchored rubric. C. A self-assessment questionnaire about confidence. D. A timed recall of textbook definitions. 3. Which curriculum development strategy best aligns PEARS learning objectives with clinical workplace needs? A. Backward design. Define end competencies, then create assessments and learning activities. B. Draft lessons first and later decide what learners should achieve. C. Use only content from one instructor's practice without external input. D. Prioritize lecture hours over practical objectives. 4. A mentor observes a learner in PEARS simulation who misses early signs of shock. The most constructive immediate mentoring response is to A. Publicly criticize the learner to prevent future errors. B. Conduct a one-on-one debrief using reflective questioning and guided repractice, scaffolding. C. Deny further hands-on practice to motivate self-study. D. Provide the correct answers and move to a new topic. 5. To ensure regulatory compliance in PEARS course documentation, instructors must A. Record learner assessments, skills checklists, and attendance with secure retention consistent with institutional policy and relevant regulations. B. Keep only verbal records to simplify administration. C. Discard assessment records after training for privacy. D. Rely on learners to keep their own proof of completion. 6. Which communication technique best supports rapid information transfer during a pediatric resuscitation scenario taught in PEARS? A. Multitasking verbal updates while performing interventions. B. Closed-loop communication with brief directed commands and confirmatory responses. C. Long-winded explanations to team members during critical tasks. D. Nonverbal cues only to avoid distraction. 7. When measuring program effectiveness for PEARS rollout across multiple sites, an appropriate evaluation framework includes A. Only participant satisfaction surveys. B. Pre-post knowledge testing, skill performance metrics, workplace outcome indicators, e.g., time to intervention and follow-up retention checks. C. Counting the number of trainings delivered. D. Comparing instructor seniority without objective measures. 8. A PEARS curriculum includes sessions on legal reporting of child abuse. Which compliance point must be emphasized? A. Trainers should minimize documentation to protect provider privacy. B. Mandated reporting requirements, documentation standards, and institutional escalation pathways must be clearly taught and practiced. C. Reporting is optional and dependent on clinician preference. D. Only social workers need to know reporting procedures. 9. For adult learners who prefer flexible pacing, which PEARS instructional design choice is most learner-centered? A. Strictly scheduled instructor-led sessions without alternatives. B. A blended model with asynchronous pre-work, focused synchronous simulations, and optional remediation pathways. C. Elimination of practical components to allow self-study. D. Single event training with no follow-up resources. 10. Which formative assessment during PEARS training gives immediate guidance to learners improving IVIO access skills? A. A final written exam scored weeks later. B. Direct observation with checklist feedback, timed coaching, and immediate opportunity for reattempt, deliberate practice. C. Anonymous group feedback after the course ends. D. Peer voting on who performed best. 11. When developing PEARS learning materials, how should content on medication dosing for pediatrics be presented to minimize errors? A. Present complex math problems, expecting learners to compute doses ad hoc. B. Emphasize weight-based dosing, use of prepared dosing charts, double-check procedures, and simulation practice under time pressure. C. Provide general adult dosing guidelines and ask learners to extrapolate. D. Avoid dosing exercises to prevent anxiety. 12. A program evaluator suspects assessment bias in peer skill scoring. The most appropriate corrective action is to A. Replace all assessors without analysis. B. Implement rater training, use standardized rubrics, conduct inter-rater reliability checks, and anonymize certain assessment components where possible. C. Allow assessors to continue using personal judgment. D. Remove performance assessments altogether. 13. Which mentoring practice best supports novice instructors delivering PEARS courses? A. Expecting them to teach independently after one observation. B. Pairing new instructors with experienced mentors for co-teaching, feedback cycles, and reflective practice. C. Providing a scripted lecture only and no observational feedback. D. Assigning remote teaching without local support. 14. In PEARS training debriefs, which questioning approach fosters deeper clinical reasoning? A. Yes/no questions about whether tasks were completed. B. Open-ended reflective questions that probe decision rationale, alternatives, and anticipated outcomes. C. Rhetorical statements to assert instructor authority. D. Technical quizzing on minor details only. 15. To comply with medication safety regulations during PEARS practice, the training program should require A. Use of actual patient medications during simulation without safeguards. B. Use of clearly labeled simulation medications, secure storage, and documentation protocols to prevent mix-ups and meet institutional safety standards. C. No reference to medication handling to avoid liability. D. Allow learners to bring personal medications into simulation areas. 16. Which evaluation metric directly indicates improved pediatric patient outcomes after PEARS implementation? A. Number of certificates issued. B. Reduction in time to first effective intervention, improved adherence to resuscitation bundles, and decreased adverse event rates in pediatric emergencies. C. Increased number of simulation sessions offered. D. Higher instructor satisfaction scores. 17. Which adult learning accommodation is appropriate for PEARS participants with limited English proficiency? A. Excluding them from simulation components. B. Providing translated materials, bilingual instruction or interpreters, visual aids, and extra practice time while ensuring assessment fairness. C. Testing them only in their non-native language without supports. D. Assuming comprehension without verification. 18. When integrating interprofessional education into PEARS, the curriculum should A. Train professions separately and hope for coordinated care later. B. Use joint simulations with clear role expectations, team communication training, and shared debriefs to reflect on collaboration and systems issues. C. Focus on hierarchy and single discipline dominance in scenarios. D. Avoid involving non-clinical team members. 19. A PEARS instructor wants to update content based on new guidelines. The best curriculum governance practice is to A. Immediately change all materials without review. B. Review guideline changes mapped to existing outcomes, pilot revised modules, document revisions, and retrain instructors with version control. C. Ignore the new guidelines to avoid disruption. D. Let individual instructors interpret changes on their own. 20. Which communication behavior by a mentor best models error disclosure practices in pediatric emergencies? A. Minimizing or hiding mistakes to preserve reputation. B. Demonstrating transparent, timely, and honest disclosure, explaining mitigation steps and documentation, and modeling empathy toward families and teams. C. Blaming team members publicly to deflect responsibility. D. Avoiding conversations about errors entirely. 21. For summative assessment of peer certification readiness, which approach balances validity and feasibility? A. A single long written test with no skills assessment. B. A combined assessment of standardized scenario performance, skills stations, and a targeted knowledge exam with clear passing criteria and external quality assurance. C. Peer popularity polls. D. Random oral questioning without rubrics. 22. In designing peer simulations, which element most effectively enhances realism and learning transfer? A. Static mannequins with no physiological feedback. B. Incorporation of realistic patient cues, dynamic physiologic monitors, standardized actors, and environmental distractions that replicate clinical contexts. C. Overly scripted scenarios with no learner decision points. D. Simple paper case discussions only. 23. Which regulatory aspect must be included when teaching about pediatric airway management in PEARS? A. Institutional credentialing requirements, scope of practice limits, and equipment maintenance and infection control policies. B. Only broad airway theory, without mentioning institutional rules. C. Encouraging use of non-approved devices to speed care, omitting documentation requirements to save time. 24. To foster long-term retention of peer psychomotor skills, the program should A. Provide a single intensive session with no follow-up. B. Include distributed practice, spaced repetition, booster simulations, and workplace-supported refresher opportunities. C. Rely solely on initial certification status. D. Test only knowledge without skills rehearsal. 25. Which communication strategy reduces parental anxiety during a pediatric emergency, as taught in PEARS? A. Withholding information to prevent panic. B. Using clear, concise updates, setting expectations, acknowledging emotions, and offering support resources and next steps. C. Providing complex medical explanations rapidly. D. Focusing solely on procedures without engaging family.